General Hospital spoilers reveal that Sidwell is about to leave General Hospital, after the reports Lucky gathered on him have started drawing attention. However, Sidwell's departure is anything but simple, as he has already sown fear and chaos in Port Charles, and the consequences of his criminal activities are just beginning to surface. There are even suspicions that Sidwell might have connections to Victor Cassadine, one of the city's greatest enemies. The clues Lucky uncovered during his infiltration of Sidwell's organization are just the tip of the iceberg. Sidwell is not only a dangerous criminal running an underground network, but he might also be linked to larger schemes orchestrated by Victor. Sidwell may be just a pawn in Victor's hands, used to carry out the Cassadine family's criminal plans, affecting the political and economic landscape of Port Charles. Sidwell's appearance is not just the arrival of a new villain, but a sign that even more dangerous forces are working behind the scenes. His criminal activities are disrupting the city's order, and law enforcement leaders like Dante Falconeri are starting to realize that Sidwell is not just an ordinary criminal, but a much deeper threat. Holly and Lucky are trying to connect the dots of the evidence they have to expose Sidwell, but the complexity of his connection to Victor makes the task far more difficult. Now, Port Charles must face not only Sidwell, but also the dark network built by Victor Cassadine. This pushes everyone involved into an even more challenging battle, as they are now dealing with both a new villain and a deep, dark system lurking in the shadows of the city. Sidwell's departure could just be the beginning of a larger scheme Victor has in store, and Port Charles will continue to be threatened by unseen forces beyond anyone's control. Holly has discovered Sidwell's secret operations, and this has made the situation more dangerous than ever. The truth about Sidwell is not just part of a small conspiracy, but opens the door to larger, more sinister plans that he has been hiding. Holly realizes that keeping this information hidden could endanger everyone, but if she decides to warn Robert and Anna, two key figures in protecting Port Charles, it could lead to a dangerous confrontation with this new enemy. Holly knows that Sidwell is not just an ordinary criminal. He has strong ties to darker forces like Victor. This makes her decision to warn Robert and Anna all the more critical. Robert, with his experience as a former spy and district attorney, has the skills to handle complex situations, but even he may not be prepared for the dangers Sidwell poses. Anna, with her sharp investigative skills and ability to detect enemies, will be the perfect ally to help Robert plan their strategy to confront Sidwell. However, Holly cannot avoid the fear that her actions could put herself and those close to her in danger. Warning: Robert and Anna about this new enemy could provoke Sidwell into retaliating, and no one can predict what he will do next. Holly also faces the tension of knowing that she could become Sidwell's target if he discovers she is trying to expose him. The situation grows more intense by the minute, and Holly's decision will determine whether Port Charles is prepared to face this new threat in time. The story will only become more complicated if Robert and Anna pursue Sidwell, which will surely open the door to a series of dangerous and dramatic events that will thrust the entire city into a fierce battle with this new and dangerous enemy. Holly will soon face a horrifying truth when she discovers that Lucky, the son of her former love Luke Spencer, has been brainwashed and turned into Sidwell's loyal henchman. Lucky's return, which was once a ray of hope for the Spencer family, has now become a nightmare as Holly realizes he is no longer himself. Sidwell has successfully manipulated Lucky, turning him into a tool to carry out his dark schemes. Holly is heartbroken to see Lucky, whom she has always trusted and loved, now standing on the side of their most dangerous enemy. She knows that confronting Lucky is not just a battle between two people, but a fight for his mind and soul. Every word or action Holly takes must be careful, as one wrong move could push Lucky further into an irredeemable position, causing serious consequences for everyone. Sidwell, with his skill at manipulation and controlling people's minds, has seized on Lucky's vulnerabilities, using him to advance his brutal plans. Lucky, now a pawn in Sidwell's game, follows orders without realizing he is part of a much bigger and more sinister scheme. The brainwashing has turned Lucky into a threat to his loved ones, and Holly realizes that she must act quickly to save him before it's too late. However, confronting Lucky is not as simple as pulling him away from Sidwell's influence. Holly knows Sidwell will not easily relinquish control over Lucky, and this sets the stage for a dangerous confrontation that no one can predict. Holly will have to use all her wit and cunning to find a way to free Lucky while also dealing with Sidwell, a relentless enemy with carefully calculated plans. This confrontation is pushing everything to the brink of disaster, as Holly is forced to choose between saving Lucky or risking losing him forever. Disaster is looming, and if Holly doesn't act soon, not only Lucky but all of Port Charles could be drawn into the chaos of Sidwell's criminal network and deadly schemes.